Itu aku buka subtitle Melayu just for fun. What was the word for orc? I can't remember. There was a word. I was like, apa? Is that what orc
Babi
is?
is it?
No. It wasn't babi, but it was something else. Totally
Oh no.
different. Now, this show, in my opinion, deserves an actual bedah session on its own. But for some reason, I think dalam our group, it's just me and Andri that's watched it. And then I was hoping to do this melded with Freedom Beyond Journey End next week as part of a fantasy genre, kind of like because 2 of these titles came out last season, so I was thinking of just putting it together as opposed to bukanlah bedah ulasan macam what happened in chapter 1 and 2 and 3, but ambitious lah kononnya nak buat macam comparative discussion of the two. But this was swear to God, I mean, we've mentioned about this a couple of times when we were like looking at the list for future anime to watch, and when it landed, bloody hell am I surprised. Andres, you've read the manga, right? I mean, more than a lot of. So Bang Andri dah macam kasih warning macam but at first, when I first heard about the title, I was like, another this isn't an isekai. So anybody yang nak menonton ni ingat isekai lagi tak, ini bukan, ini fantasy, ini macam
isekai.
This one, it scored high scores for me on many counts because I'm a bit of a Studio Trigger fan. The director for Dungeon Meshi or Delicious in Dungeon is essentially somebody who's not in the usual roster for Studio Trigger works. Pada anda yang meminati anything from Trigger, you tend to see a particular look to what Trigger animation look like. Dia punya they are a bit left field. I mean, the first one that really got famous was Kill la Kill. It was like really memang left field habis. Dia punya background layout dia semua pakai macam you know, acrylic paint. It's not even proper looking houses, and then characters dia boleh macam plasticine, tarik very sharpish features. For those who I've not watched, but I'm aware of what they look like. Those characters in Promare, right? or Gurren Lagann. And Darling in the Franxx is also by them, and also the latest one is Cyberpunk Edge Runners. So unlike a few other studios that we are aware of that tend to take 1 million other projects per year, they're quite choosy. It's kind of quite choosy. So when I first saw this, ini Trigger, karakter dia mata bulat, karakter muka bulat-bulat semua tu tak terasa macam diorang. Tapi kan, when you look at the socials, I'm a bit of a geek in the sense that I like to follow the official socials for the animators, director, the studio. You know, you could see the Yugenga, the key animation, all the drawings done by, you know, the likes of Sushio. You know, if you are a Trigger fan, you know who Sushio is dalam, in other words, of Trigger. So, back to the title, I was like thinking, cerita ni, because I unfairly I was swayed by the fact that only last season or 2 seasons ago we had this isekai yang, was it vending machine in the dungeon or whatever shit. So I was like thinking, the dungeon story. Nak makan apa? Oh, makan monster. So it started like that, but then I was like thinking, bloody hell, as you watch this, macam tengok Freedom juga. So that's why I wanted to talk about this too. But tak apalah. Dia backstory dia atau cerita di sebalik dungeon tu akan keluar selit. So macam at the moment, siapa yang tengok the last episode, aku macam bloody hell. So I'm trying to not spoil, just in case people who have not watched this. You know who I'm talking about, Andri?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Kan, in the paintings, he wanted apa kan?
Apparently, it's not alternate world. It's basically a time portal.
So I was like, boom. I mean, aku pasal this bloody winter season, I started buying manga, so I've completed at the moment. I've got more lah. I mean, so bila tengok kat cover dia macam, siapa ni, and the problem is what we saw till the end of, I think about volume 5 kot, or volume 4 would be the end. Aku after what happened in episode 11, aku macam, I really wanted to open the manga because I remember Andri said something, it's not that easy. And then I buka sikit and I saw something that Marcille was trying to do something. I was like, okay,
Trust
I don't
me,
want to see it.
it's not as easy as the hero make it out to be now. Things will get complicated.
So yeah, this is fantastic. The characters have depth. So much so that somebody's commented that Leois is actually neurodivergent.
Yes. You see, when I first watched Dungeon Meshi, right, I thought it was going to be a light title, but everything is deep, and the detail to the character, the world, the plot, everything is very detailed, very interconnected now. And the acting, especially Marcille, right, it's like, I think she's the best performing character for the whole season now. Bila dia mengamuk kan, I don't want to eat this. You feel her distress. And she, like the Laios kan, they are on the spectrum now. Memang the autistic tendencies kan, memang muncul now. It's like, I'm blocking everything else and I'm just going to focus on this. That's what autism is now. They cannot focus on other things. And all these assholes kind of basically are heading to that direction now because of this main character, Laios.
And then the thing is, the total opposite of this will be, I think, Shentenshi, the dwarf, who's a late addition to this group. Because just a quick one, essentially the plot of this first 12 episodes is them returning into the dungeon after an incident in episode 1, because dia orang dah sampai dah dekat bawah dungeon tu and then encountered the red dragon. Unfortunately, the younger sister to Leois called Falin got swallowed by the red dragon. But before she got swallowed, she sempat use a spell to set everybody up, transported everybody out. But just the members lah. Unfortunately, equipment macam bags semua because dah jatuh masa lawan kan. And then 2 of the party members quit immediately because they felt that apalah. They were being polite about it. They said we have interest from other people who want us in their party. Because the reason that they lost because they were hungry, they were tired, they had no money. So that's why masa Laios nak datang balik tu dia kata, okay, we'll start eating monsters. The last recent episode ada adegan memasak. The episode sebelum tu tak ada adegan memasak langsung. But back to Marcille, which is my favorite character in this because she's funny. The English voice for Marcille is Emily Rudd. For those who've watched the One Piece live action, she's Nami. The Japanese girl, her name was Senbongi. Aku tak ingat nama full dia apa. And my favorite scene with Marcille was any episode yang ada masa when she goes berserk. It's funny lah, berserk in the sense that when dia tak nak makan monster tau, dia akan go yada tak mau. And then the best one you watch on yada. Hey Andri, you got to go to social media and watch the German dub.
The best ngamuk ah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just not Laios and Marcille yang autistic. You see, Tenshi ni mata kan? Dia dah.
Tenshi bukan autistic. Tenshi can't give a shit. Dia macam.
All the same. All
I mean, my favorite bit because Marcille, when she accidentally terdengar the scream of the Mandrake, because the Mandrake root so anybody who plays games involving medieval times would be aware of Mandrake being a root-like vegetable, which is also a creature in which its screams can cause you to go mad. So she heard a scream because they were trying to harvest Mandrake to make food, and then dia jadi bingai sikit. So mata dia juling, tapi dia cakap macam ni, korang buat aku macam ni, aku kok buat ni pasal aku. Yang kelakarnya, that's how the Japanese actress did it. And when Emily Rudd did it, dia pun cakap macam ni, korang kata aku nak buat jadi bagi korang dogeza kat aku pasal kata aku useless. Gila dia cute. Tapi lepas tu Mata Cincak apologize. Sorry. Betul dia kata. Betul yang tapi English version lagi kurang ajar lah. Nak apologize cakap dengan Nila sikit. Betul mata tu Marcille mata dah normal lagi. Woi, kau buat. I mean, I love these guys. I really love these guys. The opening song is by Bump of Chicken. Bump of Chicken did the OP, I think, of one of the Spy Family second season. One more thing, slightly spoilery. Andri, kau ingat tak masa diorang duk cari tulang kan? Not episode. You know what the ending song sound like? Very happy kan? He took the skull up and then the story habis. Itu music. Aku macam bodoh je, spoil sial. Aku tengah sampai macam babi tinggal tulang je. Itu lagu
You know, there was the scene, right? Who you said, oh my god, and then the lagu Duki tu muncul kan? Lagu badut mana?
Yes, Ryoko Ushoku Shakai. I love that song, but not at that time. Because macam kalau kita tengok Demon Slayer kan, especially after certain episodes, they made it be a bit more somber. I think they did that once for season the entertainment arc kan, because the gravity of the. Yes, looking forward to this. Another 12 episodes, so at least tak rindu sangat lah.
You forgot to mention that this is also available on Netflix.
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
Ada.